dry beans and winter squash. And if you guys don't know about potatoes and winter squash, they're a really plentiful, abundant resource. Like potatoes just grow. You can just keep piling dirt on potatoes and they just keep growing underneath the pile of dirt. It doesn't matter. But it is, I mean, abundance is important, especially when we're dealing with stuff like this. So what I witnessed in November, coming out from underneath my house were these frogs and salamanders, just ready for this seasonal storm. November, like hopefully we get the pumpkins harvested, and then the storms come, and it rains on and off for a few months. You know how it is. Like, still in February it would be raining. Even now it should be, you know, a downpour. Because it's the mouth of the atmospheric river, it's the jet stream, like right there in Northern California, on the coast, right where the traditional jet stream comes through. Like, I'm at the Oregon border base. It's called Humboldt County. I'm sure you guys probably know about it a little bit. So I'm working on this farm, and the weatherman comes out. We're going to have this seasonal storm. We have our 2 months of rain. You know, it's going to rain for the next few weeks. Get out your rain boots. Here it comes. The ecosystem's ready for it. Literally, the frogs and salamanders come out from under my house. I haven't seen them since the spring. And the day prior to this large storm pattern, whereas there's no air traffic where I live, okay, that's the thing. This is like my moment that I go back to. This is why I'm like committing my life to this, is this moment. Is there was very sparse air traffic leading up to this day. Like, we'll go weeks without any persistent linear cirrus cloud formations, chemtrails. We'll go weeks without any lines in the sky. We'll go weeks without hardly any air traffic, and when you do see the planes go by, there's no lines behind them. But on this day prior to this big storm system, I witnessed line after line after line after line after line after line after line. And they all just stayed there and fizzled into a haze, and then another line on top of that. Line after line. I mean, no air traffic leading up to that, and then I'm seeing 30 planes in the sky going on air traffic patterns that don't resemble any like Hawaii to wherever, Seattle to San Francisco, or any normal jet pattern that would be there where I live, right? And you can get this, there's an app, you know, you can see what flights are overhead and whatnot, but like literally this wasn't any commercial air traffic. So we get this haze, and the storm comes and it doesn't drop any rain. Like literally no rain came out of this storm. And my farmers, Paul, where I'm working at the farm, he's like, oh, maybe next year, or the next storm drops this rain. I'm like, it was 100% chance of precipitation for the next couple of weeks, you know? And lo and behold, we didn't get any rain. So I like, that was like the one thing that I kept going back on, because there's points in my life where I'm like, am I really going to commit all my time, money, resources, energy to this? Because maybe it's not really what I think. You know, maybe I'm just building the story in my head and trying to give me something to get pissed off about or something like that, pardon my French. But really, it's like, this is not normal. I'm 35 years old, and when I was 20, I would look up at the sky and this wasn't there, okay? I mean, like, I have photos, I have family photos, either way. So I mean, and all that doesn't really matter because that's just my little story. But there were all these lines in the sky and the storm didn't drop any rain, okay? That did happen. So I started doing some research. And come to find out, people have been witnessing this, especially in California, and they've done their rainwater tests when the rain did come out of those clouds. A little bit will come out, you know, because sometimes you can't prevent all the rain from falling out of a huge storm system. So some of the rain comes out, and when it's tested, it's got these high, extremely, extremely high levels of aluminum, barium, and strontium. Okay? So come to find out, I'll end up talking about all this, but aluminum, barium, strontium in the same column as periodic table of elements, they're used as dispersants. Okay, you can use different chemical concoctions, including silver, dust, to seed clouds and make it rain. You can also do the opposite and disperse and spread out those rain droplets so that they don't fall out of the clouds. And year after year, we're supposed to be getting lots and lots of rain, and instead we get lines in the sky, no rain, and aluminum, barium,